Hello. Okay, guys. So this assignment brief is for DIGI0126. Now, before getting into the assignment, I want to make one thing very clear. Uh, this assignment is going to be somewhat related to adult content. Okay, it's not that the entire assignment is focusing on adult content alone. There are different topics as well related to movies, horror movies, uh, theme, amusement park. But the structure of the assignment is as such where we will also be reviewing certain places in terms of strip clubs or let's say adult movies as well or adult gaming. Okay. Now we take these assignments very professionally. Uh, let's say for example when an opportunity is presented to us to compose content about sex education, which is not primarily done in our country, but on an international scale, these things are pretty common. Okay, and it's dealt with uh, in a very professional manner. So I request each and every one of you who's working on this assignment, be it editors or writers, to take it in a very professional manner. That's the best I can say. Treat it as any other assignment where we are just providing information to the readers and composing informative articles. Okay. Now, going on into the assignment requirement, there are certain instructions mentioned in the mail, which I will be going through certain, you know, uh, parameters as well related to the assignment, where we will address for this particular allocation. Okay. Now, we will first and foremost refer to the allocation. Okay. Your topics are given. Now, in this particular allocation sheet, you will find a guideline sheet provided. Okay. The most important thing is that you go through the guideline sheet. Okay. Click on the guideline sheet and it will take you here. Okay. This guideline sheet is divided into three segments. Okay. One is primary instruction, how to research, writing structure, and finally standards, which is completely general for every assignment. Okay. So going through one by one, this assignment is for the target audience based in the United States of America. So we have to make sure that we use US English and US colloquial English to compose content. Okay. And number two, we have to use VPN. Okay, VPN to conduct our research. Okay. Now, to avail information, we have to refer to Yelp and various other websites to extract information. Now, the data and the information provided in the article has to be authentic and original. Okay, we cannot provide false information or provide any of our personal opinion as information in the article, which might be misleading to the readers. One second. Right. Moving forward, the minimum word count for each article is going to be 2,500 words. The language should be professional and clean. Okay. Now, out here, how to research, we have given two links of VPN. If you do not already have VPN installed in your computer systems, please click in any of these links and download it. Switch the location to USA. Okay, if I click on my extensions, you will see Urban Free VPN. I have downloaded it here. I just click on it. Okay, anyway, so once you download it, okay, an extension should appear here, and you will be able to change your location as well as as soon as you change your location, you will be able to here it's opening out here. You will be able to access websites which are not available out here in India, or there is some restrictions in terms of that. So authentic information which caters to the need of US target audience can be addressed directly with the help of VPN. Okay, So please make sure to search on google.com and not google.in. Okay, that is very, very important. Please also make sure to refer to Yelp. That is a very big platform which is you know utilized extensively in the United States of America. Okay. Now the structure of writing. Okay, coming to the structure of writing, based on your title given. Example title is Top 15 Script Clubs in Las Vegas. So you will provide an introduction of 150 words. Okay. Then we will go into description of strip clubs that are present in Las Vegas. Now you have to divide your word count, since the total word count is 2500 words. You have to divide your word count equally, so that each club which you are discussing has adequate number of words. Okay, so let's say for example we do not want club A to have 500 words and club O to have 50 words. That does not make sense. So there has to be uniform information available. Hence, divide your word count equally, so that there is at least 150 to 200 words in each of the clubs. Okay. Now moving on, while describing each club, okay, there is some specific instructions or specific information that we require. Okay. So out here it's mentioned what do we need: the address, the services offered, phone number, then Google rating is very, very important. Okay, and we have to back this up by providing the reference link, independent reference link of that particular club, or you can also attach the official website of the club. Okay, out here. To give you a proper brief as to how it's done, we will check the sample. Okay, the sample is edited by me, so it gives a complete representation as to how we want our files to look in terms of formatting and structure. So while going through the sample, you will see that initially an introduction is given. Okay, it's formatted in a very beautiful way. Short paragraphs, readable paragraphs. It's straight up to the point. There's no filler content provided. Okay, here is the sample. Moving on, if you just scroll down, you will see we have followed a specific structure and style of writing. Okay, for each of the clubs. So first, top 15 clubs in Dallas. Dallas, this particular club, the address of the club is given, the phone number of the club is given, Google rating is given, and independent reference link as to where this particular description of the club is provided is pasted here. So why we are doing this is A, because the client can counter question. Let's say for example they have 7 stages. Okay, the client can say, from where did you avail this information? And how can you say that the club is open 365 days a year? We can say that if you just refer to this particular source, you will be able to extract the information and counter check. Okay, that is why the reference link becomes very, very important. Along with that, Google rating, again, very important. Okay, now you will also see that a picture is given of the respective club. Now if you go on Google, you will be able to extract pictures very, very easily. There's a tool called sniping tool out here. If you see, this is the cursor of the sniping tool. If you just click on it, you will be easily able to take screenshots of the pictures. Now pictures don't really have to be generic. If you see, we have tried to provide pictures in the sample where the name of the club is highlighted, not just random pictures where an individual is partying or picture of food, okay, in a club. No, you have to provide a picture which is relevant to the club which we are working with. Okay, see out here the lodge, picture of the lodge is given. Okay, a club for men. So this is what the lodge looks like from the outside. Okay, now finally there is a description about the club, what services they offer, how is it done, what special amenities are provided, when does it open, what is the history of the club. You can add here all that specific information. Okay, so it's very important that you add again address, phone number, Google rating, reference link of the particular club which you are working with, and that has to stand true for each and every club. It's has to be done very, very carefully, because let's say if you provide Google rating of one club and then you forget again the Google rating of the other club, if you provide image of one club and then again forget to add image of another club, that becomes a problem for us. Okay, so please make sure that this is followed. And finally, we have to uh, finish up with a conclusion of 150 odd words. Okay, out here it's mentioned, please do not provide negative reviews about a club. Try to write favorably about a particular club. Okay, now moving on, all of this, whatever I have shared, is shared out here. Checklist for DIGI0126. Okay, it's a brief review of what needs to be done for the assignment. So if you are forgetting something, it's very important that you cross check your articles after it's composed or while composing, that you go through all the checklists provided here. Okay, also the sample can be referred to. It's very important. Go through the sample. It's edited as per the liking of the client. So this is what we are looking for each and every file. Okay, now moving on for the standard instructions. Of course, the files have to be plagiarism free. Okay, that is very important. We cannot accept plagiarized or copied content. So please make sure that you compose creative content throughout. Okay, do not spin content. Okay, maybe today you're working with clubs in Las Vegas, but tomorrow there might be you're working with clubs in Texas. So the genre and the niche of the article is primarily the same, where we talk about clubs, strip clubs. Okay, so certain shortcuts which writers tend to use, okay, is that they either copy paste their own introduction or copy paste their conclusion, because it's primarily talking about the same topic, which is strip clubs. That cannot be accepted. Okay, that cannot be accepted at any point in time. We have to make sure that the content is fresh and unique throughout. Okay, simultaneously, let's say again a few writers resort to some shortcut methods. Let's say the description of club A, where there's general description. This club is one of the best clubs in XYZ place. It offers blah blah blah, whatever so and so. There are more than 20 professional dancers available, which can be rendered. The services can be rendered at 1, 2, 3 whatever prices. So what they do is these general descriptions they tend to spin for every club. Okay, they copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. That also cannot be done. The information related to each club, again going back to that point, the information has to be authentic. Okay, it has to be to the point. We just cannot spin content and provide fabricate information. Okay, so be very careful not to spin content, because there is no reason as to why, because each club is different, each club is offering uh, different services. So the information also has to be specific to that particular club and updated likewise. So for each and every article, please make sure that the content is fresh, unique, and of course, plagiarism free. Okay, it's very important to check your files on Grammarly before making the submission, proofread the files before submission, and contact in case of any doubts. Okay, so this was a general review of what needs to be done for this assignment. Again, going back to the sample, it's very important. Make sure that all the checklist is met. Okay, general instructions provided up here. Again, it's sort of repetitive as to what needs to be done, but we want things to be thorough. Uh, moving on. Now, as I already told you guys, that this assignment has different topics that we are working with. Okay, so when we are dealing with clubs or locations, then we have to follow the format of Google rating and address and phone number. But let's say, for example, topic number 28, best pool parties in Las Vegas. Okay. Now out here, you can provide the address of where the pool parties are being conducted, or if at all, if you're talking about an event management company that organizes pool parties, that also can be done. The address can be provided, but also there can be some restrictions in terms of where do I find the Google rating. Then it's not mandatory to provide these particular information, but you have to make sure that you back your research with proper reference link. Okay, another example would be, let's say, sexy romantic movies. Okay, now of course we cannot follow that same particular format and information of writing where we provide address. Address cannot be provided, right? Google rating of sexy romantic movies cannot be provided. So rather, what do? We provide IMDb rating. Okay, we provide IMDb rating. Maybe we provide release date of that particular movie. Okay, so this is how you have to update your information if the topic is altered. Okay. However, if you're only working with strip clubs or area specific articles, then be sure to follow that particular format and the instruction guideline sheet which we have shared. Okay. Let's say for example again, top Victoria's Secret models. Now, who are these models? About their background, when were they born, their career before they became famous, all of that. So, a different structure altogether has to be followed. So, if you guys are not sure as to how to compose structures, feel free to get in touch with me. What I recommend is that before working with any different topic, let's say top Victoria's Secret models, which is not location specific or telling you to review a particular club, okay, then what I would recommend is that you create a rough structure on WhatsApp. Okay, share that with me so that I can review it. I can provide my input. I can help you guys with some points which you can add, so that the process becomes smooth. But if at all you are working with location specific uh, articles, strip clubs here, strip clubs in place B, A, C, D, whatever, be sure to follow this particular format. Okay. So another thing for the assignment is that in certain sections you will see that top 15, top 10, uh, top 20 is given. Okay. In certain spaces, maybe for example in uh, Las Vegas, there are only 10 strip clubs available. Okay. Only 10 strip clubs are available, but the article is requiring 15. Okay. In that case, we are providing you provision to write only about the 10. Okay. If at all there are 15 clubs or more than 15 clubs available, please make sure to write about 15 clubs. But if at all the location does not have that many clubs, so it's impossible for us to write about it, right? So please make sure to write about the strip clubs that the location caters to. Okay, but we also have to ensure that the number of clubs does not go below 10. So what happens if a location uh, has below 10? Okay, then what do? We talk about nearby strip clubs which are around the area, but that has to be featured in serial numbers, let's say 9, 10. Okay, towards the lower half, because that does not come in the location in itself. Okay, so give preference to the best strip clubs with higher Google ratings as number 1, number 2, number 3. Okay, I have tried to cover most of the requirement through this video. If at all I'm missing out anything, I'll be sure to follow up on WhatsApp. It is very important that you go through this video very carefully and follow each and every instruction, because we are trying to break things down and make it as easy as possible for you guys to understand the project. Use VPN, very important. Files have to be free of plagiarism. Number 3 is no content spinning. And number 4 is check the format of the sample, make sure all the instructions are met, and get back to me in case of any doubts. Hope this was helpful, guys. In case of any doubts again, please feel free to reach and text me and let me know about the assignment, and be sure to submit on time. Thank you so much.